Hi there, it's Uncle Laurie here. Today we're doing a shaving, non-shaving video. No, it's not a shaving video. Today we're going to demonstrate how I go about putting a new knot in a handle. The handle we got is the one we extracted the knot from the other day. Now I've already cleaned that hole out with some sandpaper and a Dremel, so it's a nice clean hole again. So that's what we're going to use. We also need a knot. I'm using this Yaqi pony knot, 26mm. We need glue. Now, I prefer to use silicone glue, something like this. But you can, if you want a more permanent setting, use some epoxy glue, something like this. I won't be using that today because I always use silicone. So I'll put that aside, out of the way. What else we need? We need a Vernier calipers to measure the hole depths and anything else we want to measure. If you haven't got one of them, you can use a ruler with a toothpick. That'll measure your depth, and need a pen to mark the toothpick. What else we need? We need washers to change the depth of the knot. For 26mm knot, use M12s. These are 25mm by 1.5mm. The centre hole size doesn't really matter, but these are M12s. If you're doing a 24 or 21mm or 22mm brush, you can use these M10s instead. Oh, what else we need? Something pointy like this little screwdriver, a rag to wipe up any mess that you might make, and a hair band, or rubber band it is, to put around the knot. I'll do that right now. So that's just to hold the knot out of the way. I use the hair ones because they're gentle on the brush, so you just put a band like that. That keeps the knot out of the way while you do the gluing. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to move to the overhead camera and show you how I actually perform the actual insert, setting the knot in the handle. Sorry about all the tongue twisting, but we'll go over that camera now. Okay, we're at the overhead camera now. You can see I've got my brush handle here, all nice and cleaned out, ready to go. I've got my knot with a rubber band around it, a hair band, just to keep the hairs out of the way. So now what we want to do is measure the depth of the hole. You can do that with the Vernier, and it's just over 18 millimeters, or you can use a toothpick and a pen. Just put the toothpick in there. So I've got a little mark on there, and I measure that up against my ruler, and that comes to about 18.5 mil. So now, my washers are 1.5 mil each. So I want a loft of about 56 to 58 millimeters. The brush is, I can measure that with my Vernier. Should be 70 mil, and it is 70 mil. So we need a depth of somewhere between 12 and 14 millimeters to get the loft I like, which is 3 washers, because they're 1.5 mil each. I'll just put them in there just to test it out. I'll put a little one in between so I don't use up all my big ones. And I'll put the brush in there, see what it looks like. And you can see, yeah, that looks alright. The idea is not to have any bung showing. The not bung. Oh, fell out. So we don't want that bung showing in the knot. Alright, that's the right depth for me. So if you want a bit more backbone, you can use 18 mil if you like. Have it right down in the, you can see it's pretty short. It'll only stick out about 52 mil loft. But I liked a bit higher loft, so I'll put 3 washers in. Alright, the next step is glue. Now I've got one of these glue plungers. Now the glue in this one is all solidified in there, so what I found is I'll just unscrew the top, and I'll just take the glue from the point and put it in. So we take the washers out, we'll put some glue in the bottom to start with. Just a little bit of time. Put around the edges. Because the bottom one is going to be a small washer. Let's put a little silicone over the top of that one. Put the next one in. Push it down with the tip of the screwdriver. Put another layer of glue on. Now the idea is just put enough in there so it doesn't come out the sides. That should be enough to put the next one in. Push it down firm. And put a little bit more silicone. This time keep it around the edge. That should be enough. Then we just push the knot in there. Just push it in, give it a little bit of twist. Not all the way around, just to move it around so it's getting a bit of glue all the way around. We can undo it and make sure it's straight. Looks pretty straight to me. And that's it. Now with silicone, I'll just put the top back on the glue. Now with silicone, you want to leave it for 7 to 10 days to cure. That way you won't get any problems with the water getting into the glue before it's set properly. So I'll leave that brush now for a week or so, and we'll come back and use it. Now if you use epoxy, I suggest not using too much. Use as little as possible, otherwise you won't be able to get the knot out. Even steaming, with steaming method, you'll have to Dremel it out. I have an example here. I tried to get the knot out of this one. This is another sample of a knot that David from the Wet Shaving Co sent me to test with, but I can't get this one out. So we're going to use this as an example of how to remove the knot destructively with a Dremel. I'll do that in another video. Okay, that's the demonstration complete. We now have my new knot in the handle, a nice pony knot, synthetic pony knot, instead of, this is the knot I took out, which I've already cleaned up the bung, cleaned all the glue off with a bit of sandpaper, ready for, well, whoever. I'll keep that in my box of knots. I'll probably put in another handle at some stage. Or I could even put it back in that one because I've only got that siliconed in. And that's it. Thank you all for watching. And we'll catch you on my next video. Cheers.